didn't know you rock them. Yeah, we got them. Yeah, we fought them. Like that black and orange up on them. Single bottle, never stop it. To the beast and know them. Who they rocking with the diamond stripes? Flossing on the rings. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly.
Hey everybody, Who Day? Welcome to Bengals and Brews. It's the diet version because Dale's not here. It's me and the big savage Greg. Now, just a little on the show critiquing there, Greg. You remember after you start the show, you have to hit go live.
Hey, I got it halfway there.
Yeah, I was in the bottom screen yelling, hit the button. And
then I'm like, okay, what do I do? So,
button.
But you know what? But in all fairness, most fans have not in a while seen the extended video. So that's something. Hey, that's what
Greg. They missed the first half of it because you didn't hit the go live button.
Hey, that's what these tests are for, though.
Well, on Wednesday, you're getting thrown into the fire because you might be here by yourself.
Yep.
With who?
With they gotta play us.
That's right. With the guy that copied the Gotta Play This off of Greg.
Yeah,
Coach Duffner.
Mark Duffner. On Friday, we will have Coach Jonathan Hayes, who had to reschedule a week ago because he was at training camp. And so, yeah, we got ourselves a heck of a week going. But other than that, though.
Hold on, man. Thank everybody in the chat. That's what we do. Thank everybody in the chat for joining us. Darth's there. Sindustry's there. Tyler's there. Appreciate you guys coming. Hopefully some other people come. If they do, they do. If they don't, we're going to still bullshit.
Yes, we will.
About training camp because it's in. Now, the first thing that everybody is so happy about in training camp, a lot of people are like, hey, man, defense looks good. A lot of people are like, hey, man, offense looks good. Look at Joe Burrow out there slinging the ball. His wrist looks good. But the big story is B.J. Hill paid up on his bet. He came out with that frosty top, man. You know what I'm saying? Looking like Demolition Man Wesley Snipes. Except like a little bit of thicker version that you don't want to fuck with as much. So, boom. I knew he would. So I posted, what's the bet for next year? Because last year, B.J. Hill what was the bet he cut his hair for last year, Greg?
It was Jermaine Pratt or something, wasn't it? Didn't he have
it was Jermaine Pratt signing a contract or something like that, right?
Yeah, something like that. Him and Pratt had a deal going on. And B.J. Hill, I forget what the deal was made with Hill, but Hill goes through with his bets.
And then, so next year, I wonder what the bet is next year. It's got to be something with the hair. So I'm thinking maybe a mohawk or a Mr. T mohawk. I mean, he already cut it. He bleached it. What else can he do?
Yeah, no. Yeah, we do not know. What's up, Sindustry? What's up to Tony Blaze 5133?
Well, he was talking about your Yoshi. As long as we're talking training camp, Greg, go ahead and blow your load.
Yeah, Yoshi, man, I tell you what, when I was there Thursday, man, he was just tearing it up. Catch after catch after catch, man, just tearing it up at practice. You know, they were all talking how good he's been. And, you know, and apparently he's still just doing that way. So, yeah, I mean, look, he looks a lot bigger, Yoshi does. I'm just excited as hell right now. You know,
I heard that one of the coaches came out and named him wide receiver 3. Is that right?
Yeah, I think I did hear that somewhere. You know what? I believe on Malik's show, I never got a chance to watch it. There was a show saying, who is the wide receiver 3? Is it Yoshi or Burton? I mean, what do you think on that?
Burton.
Yeah, me too.
Burton.
I think it should be Burton, too. This is coming from the biggest Yoshi fan. It should be Burton. There are two different receivers, but we got to remember, Burton's going to be probably more outside, where Yoshi, which I was surprised, but they say he's doing really well, is going to be playing the slot more. So you got those are just two different receivers. That's like saying, would you rather have pizza or would you rather have a cheeseburger? They're both good. I like both of them.
I'd rather have chopped cheese sandwich from Daylily. Or, you know what I'd really rather have? What would I really rather have, Greg?
Well, I know that. Midwest Best Barbecue and 50 West Beer, proud sponsors of the show. If I had to choose between Dillinator Wings or the Utah Burger, I would choose both. I can't make that decision. Fry sauce, you know what, man? 50 West, start selling your fry sauce in containers because I got big plans to mix this Midwest Best Barbecue sauce and 50 West fry sauce together.
What about if you took the chicken wings and shook them up in the fry sauce and made a fry sauce wing?
Interesting.
Who knows, man?
Give me a call. You're watching this right now.
Yeah, there you go. And that's what they can do at Midwest. They can take that and do that. And then 50 West, what they can do is they can take some Dillinator wings, right?
Right.
And put them on top of a burger and call it. They don't have an Ohio burger, do they?
No, they do not.
Ohio burger. So you just put like 3 flats right on top of your burger, and slice of cheese, some lettuce, tomato, and onion with your Dillinator. It's a little crunchy because of the wings, but that's why you use the bones are thinner. You can chew them up easier.
Yeah.
You know?
AG, I tell you what, I agree with you. Miles Murphy, big sophomore season income. I tell you what, when you see Miles Murphy at camp, he stands out. I mean, when people talk about Mims, Miles Murphy definitely stands out during camp, man. So, AG, I totally agree with you on that.
I mean, that's something we were talking about before the show started, though, Greg. Let's talk about Miles Murphy a little bit, as long as it's in the chat, because this could be a bigger season for him than he thought, because something happened at camp the other day. Someone went a little gimpy and had to get rode into the cart, and they play the same position Miles Murphy does. And that man's name, if anybody doesn't know, he's local, Sam Hubbard.
Good news is he's just day-to-day for a couple days. He'll be fine. Same deal, Trey Hendrickson. He'll be fine. So anybody know, like you said, Chuck, I really want to see Miles Murphy. I want to see Murphy get a lot of preseason snaps too. This is a big year for Miles Murphy.
Yeah, I think you're right. I actually think though that Miles Murphy's going to have a tremendous year. Just if Sam's in or not.
Right.
You know.
Right. Exactly. And it's interesting. Now we're going back to Burton. Yeah, Burton outside, Chase in the slot. Yeah, like I say, it's like they're just two different receivers, Yoshi and Bernard. Depends on the type of situation you're in. If it's in the red zone, of course, Yoshi's probably going to be in a lot more. But if you're like trying to go for a deep pass, it would be probably Burton. Like I say, they're just two different receivers.
Hey, they can chant they want Jamar all they want because, look, man, there's a hold-in going on. At this point, though, to tell you the truth, man, I know that we talked about this before, and I was telling you that I kind of like the way that the team is handling this and the players handling it, and they're not coming out and saying that it's a hold-in and that they have a plan for them because they want to start them off slow. But at this point where it's like, how many days of training camp have gone on now? 1 week and a day. So 6 days, right?
Yeah.
No, because they reported last Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And did they practice this weekend, right?
Saturday they did not practice, but Sunday
they did. So that's 5 days.
Right.
Man, you can't be resting him for 5 days. That's not what's going on. So whatever the fuck is going on, it's not like, quit treating people like they're stupid. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Like, the man's holding in. I don't know what else it could be. Give me another explanation, Greg. Play devil's advocate. Jamar's not holding in. Why is he not practicing?
You know what? That's a good question, Chop. You know what? But I think I texted you this yesterday. I'm just glad he's here at camp. At least he's participating.
Yeah, sure.
I get what you're saying, Chop.
Because he'd get fined if he wasn't at camp.
I get what you're saying, Chop. Here's why this is the only way I can look at it from the bright side. We know we're getting in Chase. It gives the other receivers we have on this team, time to practice. I mean, you talk about a loaded receiving core we have,
Hey, we knew what we were having with Jesse Bates too when he held out for all training camp and when he started the season slow. And then about halfway through the season, and this is according to Jesse Bates. This isn't my expert analogy. This is according to Jesse Bates, and his advice to T. Higgins was to practice. Because he said that he did not do the training camp. He held out for that contract, which he didn't get, signed the franchise tag, and then started the season slow and didn't pick up his momentum because he missed camp. So I know that you're saying, and I feel the same way, we can count on Chase, but we could count on Jesse Bates too. You know what I'm saying? So, man, come on. What is the holdup here? The price tag gets more expensive every second the clock ticks by. So just sign it. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I can see a case where the Bengals hold out until next year too. Justin Jefferson didn't sign a contract till after his 4th year. Jaden Waddle didn't sign his contract till after the 4th year. Maybe that's what the Bengals are doing. Look, man, I didn't go to college for business and shit like that. I'm not like Katie Blackburn, Mike Brown. I don't know about dealing with player contracts. It just seems to me as a layman who doesn't understand that stuff totally and watching the NFL and the way things are going that the price tag is going up. So I don't know what the problem is what's the holdup with signing him? Unless
You
he
know,
wants like 36 million. Maybe he's down there like 36. That's my number.
No, Jeff, everything you're saying, I totally understand what you're saying right there. You know, with Chase, here's the thing. He doesn't have Dave Mulgett as his agent, thank God. He's got the same agent as Burrow. So, you know, when they negotiate with Burrow, they're like, hey, look, you know, we got this done. You know, we're going to be talking again here soon with Chase, you know. And Mike Brown, when you hear Mike Brown saying he wants a player back, what normally happens? That player is coming back. I have no doubt. Do I wish Chase was practicing? Sure. Do I think he's holding in?
I got to tell you, I got to play devil's advocate again, Greg.
No,
just for sake of argument, but
no. I see him at least.
I mean, Mike Brown didn't say it.
What is not practicing? Because he does practice on the sideline. You could argue maybe he's just like, you know, taking a light practice. What is like not practicing? What is your definition of not practicing? Yeah.
Well, he's not doing anything.
Well, no, you see him on the sideline throwing the ball back.
He had a toss with T. Higgins. I did see that. You're right. He had a toss with T. Higgins, but he ain't having a toss with Joe Burrow.
No. I know. But like I say, it's not like it's, you know, at least that's better. We'll say, how about this? We'll say slightly practicing. Yeah.
Nope. No, man. You need to get that guy out there.
No, I know you need to get him out there,
running routes.
But see,
catching from Burrow.
Yeah.
Going up against CTB, DJ Turner, Dax Hill. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying, Chup. I get what you're saying. Thing of it is, man, I know Chase is going to be ready. I know he's going to be fine. I'm not, be honest with you, I'm really, honestly not that worried.
Well, you put the comment up here from T. Brookie saying Jamar doesn't want to sign. Now, I hear what you're saying, T. Brookie, but at the same time, I believe Jamar does want to sign now because so Adam Schefter coming out with that $1 million, everybody knows, if you've been on X or Twitter, Facebook or whatever, you've seen that is inaccurate. Chase will get about $5 million this year when he plays. But what if, I mean, let's just play the what if game. If he goes out and he gets hurt, right? Career-ending injury or whatever. He just retired with his $5 million. If he signs that deal, he's going to take his guaranteed money with him too. So, yes, I think Chase does want to sign. I just think that he wants to make sure that he's getting Chase money. And maybe his number's 36. And also, let me point out the fact that Joe Burrow, when he signed his contract, came out and said he put stipulations in there to keep his wide receivers or his weapons around him. And then the other thing where you were saying was Mike Brown said that he's not going to let him go. He'll bend over backwards. Man, this is almost the same we heard about T. Higgins last year when Duke Tobin was like, we're not in the business of making other teams better with our wide receivers, right? But nobody thinks T's going to be here next year. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully, I feel like I'm being
I tell you what,
negativity today, but
no, it's
hopefully
okay.
Everything works out.
No, I think everything's going to work out. It works out, Dustin. You know, I get it. You're upset. You know, you're upset, Dustin, a little bit. No, you have a right to question this. I just think think
exactly
something
right though.
But you are exactly right, Dustin. But I'm just saying, man, I'm not going to let it worry me too much. I'll put it this way: maybe it's because look what we had to worry about last year, for Pete's sakes. And all that.
You think he signs or doesn't sign?
I think he signed. All right, my God, honest opinion, I'll go 55% sure he signs before the season starts.
Well, let's make another bet.
No, we ain't going to be doing
Why? I mean, if you didn't bet me about that chopped cheese sandwich, we would have never discovered that, Greg.
No, because I don't want to hear
that chopped cheese sandwich. Besides our advertisers, besides our sponsors, is the best sandwich in the world. Right? We would have never discovered that, Greg. So we got to find.
No, it is, Chop.
We got to find some hole in the wall, place like that.
Should we play it off for a year?
That's up to you when you lose the bet. I mean,
so.
Hopefully you don't lose the bet because if you're saying he'll sign before the season, and I would have to take the opposite side, saying he's not going to sign. Yeah. So hopefully you'd win.
Hey, Dustin, and I get what you're saying. I know it gets tiresome, but that's what happens when you have a bunch of good players on one team. It's going to happen. That's just how it is. You know, it's going to happen. I mean, this is a good situation to be in. You just can't pay everybody. I totally get what you're saying. I know it gets tiresome, but, you know, players want to get paid. That's just
the fact of the matter is that what was that comment? You just took it down.
Oh.
I was going to say, the fact of the matter is we as fans hate the business side. It's There's nothing about the business side that a fan likes.
No.
So it's just business as usual. It sucks for us, but that's what it is. I don't know what the holdup is with Chase. I don't know what the holdup is with any of them. This one's not publicly on NFL Network. Good Morning Football came back this morning. Did they talk about it? Did they say Chase is in? No. I can't lie. I didn't watch the show.
No, well, this is technically a baseball thing, but this is all sports. I forget, a great athlete once said, let's just substitute baseball for sports. But he said, baseball was made for kids. Grown-ups only screw it up. And this is this way for football right now. Just grown-ups just screw it up. Damn myself for being a grown-up. But, a lot of times I would always be like, oh, man, I would play for this. But I always try to understand what the athlete wants. Don't get me wrong. Would I play for $2 million right now? Absolutely. I'm not going to get into why I make, but man, I would take 500. I would take league minimum right now in a heartbeat right now. But I understand where I'm more understanding as time goes on how the business side works. Because like Dustin just pointed out, all these players we dealt with, that's just how it is,
Yeah.
And like I get when fans say, no, you have to be at practice. Look, you get one shot at this. I don't blame them for saying, hey, I want to get paid. Chase was honest. He says, I'm not going to lie. I look at what all these receivers are getting. I give Chase credit for being honest. I do. He's just being honest.
Remember when we thought that maybe him and T would both take a little bit of a cut and play together?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen, man.
Hey, it was fun while it lasted and all that. It was fun while it lasted.
Chase wants the bag. I think when he signed his rookie – I didn't even read that last one yet.
Oh.
Man, you're too quick with the things. When he signed his rookie contract, he bought his mom a Maserati, so she's probably in line for a Lamborghini Yaris now.
Exactly.
Right? All right, so Chris says Joe needs to be asked about this, like in the press conference. He said his contract is going to be set up to keep his weapons here. Mixon, Boyd are gone. T's got one foot out the door, and Chase is holding in. I feel like when he was saying his weapons, he was talking about T and Chase. I don't think he was talking about Mixon because I just think it was mostly T and Chase. Maybe it's because Mixon was getting older and he's running back, and their average length of playing in the NFL isn't great. I don't know, but when he says keep his weapons around him, in my head, I just think T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. But if you put Joe up there on the mic and you ask him that question, you are not going to get an answer. That is going to be sidestepped. Joe is Mr. Neutral.
Yeah, no, Chris, I get what you're saying, but Mixon, it was just time. I just didn't feel like Mixon was fitting in this offense well. We're going to more of a 2 running back formation with Moss and Brown. And that, in my opinion, that's how it should be. And I'm happy as heck for Mixon right now, where he is with the Texans. And Tyler Boyd do I think Boyd should be recognized as a Ring of Honor for the Bengals in the future? Absolutely. But it's just, we needed to get more. They needed to go get younger. It's not that we couldn't afford. Boyd, I forget how much Boyd signed for. And T. Higgins, he wants to be paid as number one receiver. Guess what? You can't pay them both number ones because I'm telling you this, CTB, he's going to be a free agent soon. And guess who his agent is? David Malgetta.
You're right.
And Cam Taylor-Britt, we talked about this in earlier shows. That is, in my opinion, behind Burrow, your second most important player in the team right now because you look at that corner depth after CTB, DJ Turner and Dax Hill.
Get ready for a holdout because Cam Taylor-Britt's going to be getting the franchise tag.
Exactly. Cam Taylor-Britt. Like I said, so let me ask you all this. Would you rather, all right, between these three, because I talked to a friend of mine about this, you have Chase, CTB, and Higgins. You're only going to be able to keep 2 out of those 3. You all tell me, can you all honestly tell me you'd be willing to keep both Chase and Higgins and let CTB walk? Because I sure as heck
I'm going to say yes, and I'll tell you why. Because if they ask Joe Burrow that same question, CTB is packing bags. Joe Burrow's about weapons. That's why when it came to the draft and we drafted Chase and everybody was like Sewell and Burrow, a weapon. Right. Joe Burrow loves weapons.
Right. No, I know he does, but look at all the weapons we have right now.
Man, if you ask Joe Burrow, if you ask you, then you're like, yeah, keep CTB and either Chase or Higgins. But if you ask Joe Burrow, I feel like he's like, keep my weapons. Figure it out with those cornerbacks you got.
Yeah. T will get a ton of playing time for a garbage team. Yeah, no, like I say, you look at Jesse Bates. I hope a lot of these players look at Jesse Bates. He had one of the best year of his career. He was probably the best safety in the league. Falcons didn't make the playoffs. I just hope he's happy where he's at. Although the Falcons, I think, are going to be really good this year with especially with what's his name, Cousins at quarterback.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yep.
Matt, it's okay, but we're going to assign you 1 point. You now have 1 point, and when you get to 3 points, that starts the process of disciplinary action. So, careful. We got a show on Wednesday too, Matt, so that could be 2 points. Be prepared for that.
We do have a show Wednesday, but we don't know as of right now. Right now, we're just mainly Mondays and Fridays. We'll see what happens. What do you think, Chop?
About see what happens?
But any thoughts on bringing the Wednesday show back? Like I say,
no.
Probably, as of
Mondays and Fridays.
Mondays and Fridays
is a special occasion. I got to tell you, man, I aged a lot in that 1 year, Greg. Last year we were doing like 5 shows. This year when we cut back to Mondays and Fridays, my big ass likes to sleep, man. I don't go to bed until like 9:30, 10 in the morning.
Yeah,
unfortunately, and I got a 12-hour shift tonight, so I worked last night. Got to bed about 10 this morning. I'm going in for a 12-hour shift tonight. I got to tell you, I don't remember it happening at all, but I love sleep.
I totally understand that, buddy. And Darth here, thank you, Darth. This is exactly how I feel. I refuse to overthink the Chase contract situation. The Bengals always pay their top wide receivers, just not 2 of them. Exactly. I'm not letting this get to me. I see where some fans are letting it get to them, but I'm just not letting this bother me.
No, they're going to pay Chase. It's just, are they going to pay him before this season? Or are they going to pay him before next season?
Hey, Matt, little advice here. Get your shit together.
That's right, Nick.
Just kidding. Hey, Matt, we love you, buddy. It was cool hey, Matt, it was cool seeing you at Jungle Gym, bud. We always love your support, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's see. This FO is absolute joke. Look at the players we've lost over the years doing the same shit with Chase. I hate it. Yeah, Shaking Blake, I get what you're saying.
I hear what you're saying, but this is, it happens in 32 teams.
It happens to other teams.
And to tell you the truth, most teams, their players are like using leverage with the media. And so this one's a little bit different because Chase is not using the media leverage at all.
Yeah.
It's to the point now where if you don't think this is a hold-in, like your head's full of spaghetti squash or something.
It is a hold-in. Like I say, I'd rather it be a hold-in than a hold-out is all I can tell you. At least he's in on the meetings. At least,
although a holdout might get shit done faster at this point because I don't know. There might be some movement in the back, and maybe that's why he's showing up for practice every day, although he probably doesn't want fined. And those are his boys. And so, Greg, you like going and hanging out at practice. How much did you practice when you were there?
I practice a lot. And all that, man.
You actually didn't practice at all. You stood on the sidelines and got autographs for your nephews and helped them. But when so these are Chase's boys. So he's down there watching practice. And if he's not there, he gets fined. So whatever it is, man. And I know Mike Brown watches this show with Duke Tobin and Zach Taylor. They take time out. You saw it when you were down at practice. They time out and then they watch the show. So just get the contract done. Let's just get Chase in there. I'll feel better about it. Do I feel good about Chase going in game 1? Yeah, I do. But why not get him some practice too?
No,
like I said before, Jesse Bates was balling out. Like you said, best safety in the league that year. No problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But the front office, we can't blame the front office for this. They're doing what they can and all that. It's just – I'm not going to blame the front office. I get people's frustration, but like I say, this is what happens when you have a bunch of good players on a team. They all want to get paid. That's just how it is. You're not going to be able to pay everybody. Do I want them to hold out? No, but do I understand why? Sure, I do. You got to understand on both sides of the story. Yeah, I get that.
The weeks get longer the older you get, Crip.
Yeah. Chase isn't going anywhere. Yep.
No.
Who day, Tyler? Well, who day to you too?
Yeah, who day?
Dustin, what I like about our weapons, we can have like hockey shifts changes, meaning T and Chase can sit. No, Dustin, that's a great point.
Were we talking about this on the show or were we talking about it before the show? We were talking about the wide receivers. I think it was on the show, but you got Yoshi, and Yoshi can run the out route too, man, because he did it last year, and we are like before this whole thing happened with the slot. We were all thinking that Yoshi was, if T didn't stay with the team, Yoshi was going to be his replacement on the outside, right?
Right.
You know what we thought? Then they drafted Burton. All right. And then we're like, Burton, can play on the outside. He's fast. He's got good hands, but he can also play in the slot. Now we got Jamar Chase on the outside, and he can play in the slot. So if you ask me, what problem do we have?
Yeah.
Our slot just got packed full. And Andre Iosivas was working with the best slot corner in the NFL offseason. And so it makes sense. He's practicing against Mike Hilton all offseason.
Chop, and you make a good point. So you know what Yoshi, I guarantee, was thinking to himself, look at all these outside guys right here. Higgins, Chase, Burton. He's like, I know I'm going to make this team, but I would have a better shot at more playing time if I'm practicing the slot more. Because to be honest with you, who is our true slot receiver? Like, I'm talking our true slot receiver, Charlie Jones. And Charlie Jones, I've been reading, has not been doing too well in practice. He's been bobbling catches. I still think he's going to be I just concentrate more on Charlie Jones on kick returning.
Man.
But, dude, if I'm Yoshi right now, I'm thinking to myself, to get a shitload of playing time, I'm going to practice in the slot. And he's been doing a damn good job at it.
Well, let me ask you this. What do you think the chances are that Yoshi was sitting on the couch in Hawaii and he's watching the NFL draft and he sees Jermaine Burton to the Cincinnati Bengals, and he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hey, Mike Hilton. Man, I was thinking, I need practice in the slot. What are you doing? I wonder. I mean, because he came back. We didn't have any recollection, and nobody had any kind of idea that he would be in the slot. And then we get Gesicki, who also we think is going to be a big-time threat in the slot. So what am I – I'm starting to feel, Greg, like this might be our destiny year.
Chop,
starting to feel like that.
YBO Sod, said, what should the top of my song be? And I made sure to give you the credit, Destiny Year. And he said he liked it, so let's see if he names it Destiny Year. That's what it should be.
I didn't see. You must have did that since I've been on Twitter. I haven't seen it.
No, you were asleep.
That is true, so everybody knows it. YB Assad's got he was the one that came out with that Gotta Play Us song.
Yep.
And then he did another one last year, and we shot the video down in Lot 1. So we'll probably shoot another video in Lot 1, right?
Oh, dude, hell yeah.
He's got a new song coming out, and he put a little snippet of it on Twitter. If you want to go on there, you can hear a preview of it if you go follow YB Assad.
So, Chop, since we're talking receivers, let's switch to another type of receiver, to the tight ends, man. Yesterday, surprising news, but damn awesome surprise news. Eric All back in action. I think, Chop, we talked about this on the show. We talked about he's probably not going to be ready until the start of the season.
No, I didn't say that. I said on the show that I think he's going to be ready because Eric All's interviews, like at the very beginning of all this camp stuff, when the rookies were reporting and stuff, like not when the workers report, but like the mini camps, the OTAs and stuff, he was saying, I'm ready to go, but the coaches won't let me. So I was saying that I had a feeling he was going to be ready to go by the beginning of the season.
All right, maybe I forgot, Chop. I didn't mean to put you down.
I mean, follow me for more pro tips.
Yeah, no, I was shocked. Other people I know were shocked. A person that I do know and all that really well said he was not shocked. They said apparently they said All was supposed to be ready for training camp, but they just wanted to be cautious with him. So, dude, problem is though, Chop, you can only at the very most you can keep 4 tight ends. It's going to be a uphill. So here's what we do know: Gesicki, his roster spot is saved. Drew Sample, Dale's favorite player, by the way. Mm-hmm. His roster spot is saved. Eric All is probably saved. It's going to come down to Tanner Hudson and McLaughlin. Is it McLaughlin?
Well, let me tell you something, though, man. That's I think in that, what do you think, who wins in that battle? Tanner Hudson or McLaughlin?
Here's the thing. Tanner Hudson, I read somewhere yesterday. Look, I'm supposed to say McLaughlin because he's younger, but Tanner Hudson, man, I've seen him make catches. He is still kicking ass in practice. But I guarantee you this, if you put McLaughlin on the practice squad, someone's going to take him immediately. Mm-hmm. But I believe they have practice squads where you can prevent a team from taking a player.
Yeah, I don't know all the rules, but I know
I'd have to go back and
rule
look.
in there where you can protect some players.
I know Tanner Hudson's 29. And look, I will say this myself. When we signed Tanner Hudson and Drew Sample back, I'm like, fine, you know what? I'll deal with this. That's fine. I'm cool with that. But if we added 3 tight ends, I mean, dude, this is a great problem to have right now, man. But the fact, remember last year, Chop, we were just worried we were worried about our number 1 tight end, what's his name, was going to be healthy at all. We had no backup plan. The fact that we're worried about our fifth tight end or fourth tight end, that's a pretty good damn problem to have right now.
Yeah.
And Justin Lack, dude, my man, guy I know since high school. We love you. And he has bought stuff from the Chop Shop too. What?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Which one?
Justin Lack.
Oh, yeah?
It's Jay Lack.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate your patronage.
He's literally my neighbor across the street. I can walk to his. I could probably walk to his house right now during the show and still and be fine.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, no. Like I say, man, our roster spot's loaded. But you look at that receiver we signed, that XFL receiver. Boy, he's going to have a hard time making this team, man. I mean, what do you think's going? What?
I'm just saying, what's going through that guy's head when he's coming to the NFL and he picks the Bengals to try out for? I mean. Right. There might be a team that's easy. That guy really has to believe in himself to come to a team where you got Chase and Higgins. Now I can understand if you're not counting Charlie Jones or Andre Yosevich now because, they didn't have like huge seasons last year.
Right.
But you hear the rumors in camp about how Yosevich is looking good. That guy picks the Bengals to come. That's interesting to me.
No, it is very interesting. Like, if I'm his agent, I'd be like, well, the Bengals call, but if I'm his agent, I'm like, maybe he's just looking for a good playing time with the Bengals to see if the team would sign him. But, I look at a team like, let's say the Browns, Amari Cooper. Yeah, you have Amari Cooper and Judy and more. But after that, you have a better shot there. You look at Pittsburgh, what they're dealing with right now at receiver. I'd be like, but I don't know who is interested in him, but I guess he's thinking to himself, I'm just going to tear it up in the preseason because, hey, man, no, I have no doubt the guy has talent, but I'm like, there's a lot of pieces of the pie. You can only get to so many. So
that's a fact.
Yeah.
I know you put this up and then popped off of it real quick, but the pads coming on tomorrow is very exciting to me.
Yes.
Like, I know that, was it you, Greg, on one of our shows? We're talking about the offensive line and how these defensive linemen were blown by them, and you didn't know if it was the defense that good or if it was the offense. But when those pads come on, I feel like you get a better view of the offensive line because then they can grab those pads, get a little bit better look and see what's going on. So that's interesting news. I'll be happy to see it. Also, I heard it's going to be like fucking 100 degrees next week.
Burrow, sit him down right now because they said that he played a role. Sit him down right now. No, I'm just
kidding. I'm telling you, give that guy a pick line. A pick line is an IV that stays in, and let him go in for like 3 plays, and when he comes over, plug him in and give that man some lactated ringers. You know what I mean? Keep him constantly with the fluid. Roll around the pole. He can have the pole in his left hand, take the snap, run around with the IV pole, throw the ball, stay hydrated.
Chris brings up an interesting point. I think Hudson has a better shot making the practice squad. He did last year, no team signed him. Yeah, but he really helped himself out last year. But you're right. No, nobody rushed to sign him in free agency or anything. Yeah, I think if McLaughlin went to the practice squad, he has a better chance just because he's not that much younger because I think he's like a 25 or a 26-year-old rookie because the whole COVID thing. He was an older rookie coming in. So he's only by like 3 years. That's still a big difference in football years. But
so this guy, just so everybody knows, if you don't know, he beat all Rob Gronkowski's records at the college.
Yes, he did. And I'm really excited for him. So no, Chris, you do bring up a good point, man. But and like I say, I think some needy tight end team probably saw Tanner Hudson last year. Like, man, I got to get this guy on my roster right now.
Right.
BYU punter. Oh, Dustin here says BYU punter is going to win the job. Watch. No, he tore it up yesterday.
I mean, I also heard that McNamara was tearing it up. I heard that from Malik Wright. I was watching the Wright report, and he said that the one that we got undrafted was tearing it up. Now this guy from BYU's tearing it up. And then our friend Brad Robbins has been having a good camp too.
Okay, Chap, let's play a game here. I'm going to play a little game with you. Who are we going to keep? Who's going to be on the practice squad? Who's going to get cut out of those 3? Yeah, you want me to go first? Do you want to go first?
No, you can go.
We're going to keep Robbins. BYU kid's going to be on the practice squad, and McNamara I think is going to get cut.
Well, I agree. We're going to keep Brad Robbins, and the other 2, I don't know, man. That's a toss-up. The one just got here, and the one I heard one report, and it was from Malik Wright. Not that I don't trust Malik Wright, but I really I don't know, man. I think that they go to tell you the truth, the reason I think they go with Brad Robbins is because he holds the ball for Money Mac when he's kicking those things. And apparently, we learned when Brad Robbins came in, we learned how difficult, that Darren Simmons wants you to constantly practice that snap and how difficult it is to get that timing and the laces right and everything just right. And so that was one of the reasons, they really missed Kevin Huber was just holding the ball for McPherson. So Brad Robbins has a huge edge because he does that. He's done it for a whole season. And that last year was not Brad Robbins' problem, was not holding the ball for McPherson.
Yeah, absolutely. Sindustries asks us, Mims the starting right tackle now.
No.
From we heard from a report, still Trent Brown still hurt. I saw him on the injury field a week ago. He was running.
Tight end, Greg.
What?
He's our new tight end.
Yeah, that's right.
They lined him up as a tight end.
Dude, Mims lining up a tight end. Oh, my gosh. What if Mims caught a touch? Remember when Pecco would line up at fullback? I forgot to ask you this.
Yeah.
I wanted Pecco to get a touchdown so badly. If Mims gets a touchdown shot, we're going to be losing our minds.
I know. But, I mean, it looked like they're using him as like a Drew Sample tight end. Not a catching tight end, but he was blocking. That's crazy, right?
That is cool. So we're going to have. I heard Lap talk about this. He were talking about guests that were on the field, and he mentioned Friday's guests we're going to have on, Jonathan Hayes. They were just all in all of Mims. Like my dad texted me, "Who is that guy 71?" I'm like, that's Mims. So Mims definitely gets recognized, but no. Willie Anderson said today, "You just watch. Mims is going to be awesome."
I heard his jerseys aren't coming in large. They come in XX and up, and they go up to 10X. But you can't buy a Mims jersey under 2X.
And Tyler, Tyler's right here. Whoever wins doesn't have to use the punter as much because we will. Yeah, we agree with that too, Tyler.
Yeah, whoever it is going to have a very rested foot by the end of the season.
Yeah, Brad Robbins will have such a clean. His mustache will be all clean. Everything's going to be clean because we're not going to have to use.
He took the mustache off. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Well, see, there you go. Then
he's got a mustache, but it's like mine, like with no beard. And just like regular mustache, nothing special.
Taylor here does, I guess. So the guy's name is Butler, the XFL guy Butler. If he makes a team, who gets dropped from the room? As much as I wouldn't want to do this, I would kind of consider Charlie Jones, but he's going to be our punt return. I guess you got to say Irwin.
Charlie Jones. Charlie Jones is going to be here for special teams.
Yeah,
literally the only people they got back there in the field that are taking kickoffs are Charlie Jones and Trenton Irwin.
Yeah, and Irwin, is it Irwin that has to go? It probably has to be.
Or what about Shedrick Jackson?
Well, Cedric Jackson. So, all right. Usually, you keep 7 receivers, correct? So let's think this.
Man,
Chase.
You're asking a person that doesn't know that shit. I rely on Dale.
Chase, Higgins.
Dale, give me a call. I got my phone here.
No,
Let me know.
Chase, Higgins, Burton, Yoshi. Okay, here we go. Who'd be the fourth? Chase, Higgins, Burton, Yoshi.
Be Trenton Irwin.
Charlie Jones, Trent Irwin. Oh, that's 6. Oh, so there is a 7th receiver. It would probably, if we keep 7, Cedric Jackson will probably be the one gone. Then there you go. It'd be Cedric
no
Jackson.
doubt.
But Jackson has been tearing it up at camp. But yes.
Also, remember Charlie Jones last year. Look, he got hurt and didn't play, but when he did play, he was really good at returning, and he ran one back for a touchdown too.
Yes, but like I say, Charlie Jones is going to be used in a way. You could kind of compare Charlie Jones sort of to Drew Sample in the tight end thing, because Drew Sample is technically going to be a fullback, but he's still a tight end. But his roster spot's safe because he's going to be that fullback pretty much. Similar with Charlie Jones because of his special team abilities. If we're talking wide receiver just in general for Charlie Jones, I would say he'd be on the. He probably would have been the one.
Yep. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's a good problem to have when you have to pick from a bunch of really good wide receivers, which ones you're going to keep.
Dustin says, real talk. I am monitoring the Trent Brown situation. Coming in overweight, not a great sign at all. Yeah, I get that, Dustin. But you know what? He still manages to have a good season here and there. You know, he's been around the league. He still produced well. I get what you're saying.
You know, I'm going to have to look into that more. It is interesting. My biggest concern about Trent Brown was he's walking barefoot downtown Cincinnati. Quit doing that shit, man.
Yeah, don't do that.
Listen, man. I know there might be some glass pipes and shit laying around down there. Be careful.
Yeah.
You don't want to the glass you step on down there could be infectious.
Let's see here. I think the Hakeem Butler, AG says, the Hakeem Butler signing with the Bengals is so smart. He will have Browning throwing him the ball, giving him good tape for other teams to look at him if he doesn't make it. No, I agree with you, AG. I totally agree with you. That's the only explanation I can think of.
Well, he could have been like, I know for sure Jamar Chase and T. Higgins ain't playing much in the preseason, and I'll get a lot of play time.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is a good point. I love it when our brew crew brings up and plays devil's advocate. I mean, like I did earlier in the show.
Yeah, exactly. And let's see here. Chris says, my surprise for the final victory is Jackson over Irwin. You know what? The way Jackson's been playing, I just think, but Burrow's a big fan of Irwin. But Jackson, man, let me tell you, when I was at training camp Thursday, along with my guy Yoshi, Jackson was making plays. He was making a lot of plays, and I still see videos of him making plays. Made a beautiful catch yesterday with Burrow. So, you know what, Chris? That would not surprise me too much. But I still think if I had to guess, if it came down between him and Irwin, I would go 60-40 Irwin.
Yeah.
What do you think, Chad?
Trenton Irwin, 100%.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts. Trenton Irwin, 100%. Trenton Irwin has how many years has he been here building that connection with Joe Burrow? I know Shedrick Jackson came last year and he's been catching passes too, but he doesn't. Like, he catches the majority of his passes probably from Jake Browning, which isn't a bad option.
Right.
Jake Browning is not Joe Burrow.
Exactly.
But you can't build a connection with Joe Burrow when you're catching passes from Jake Browning, which doesn't mean he's not catching passes from Joe Burrow. I'm just saying Trenton Irwin's been doing it for several years. He definitely has Burrow's trust.
Yes, Industry here says they can always stash T on the practice squad. No, I agree with you. I can see something.
If you can protect players, yeah.
Yeah, if you could protect players, yeah, sure. Well, no, Trenton Irwin, though, man, it's just that, man, I just feel so bad for him at times, man. Every time he comes in, just makes a big play. He's made so many big plays. I just keep feeling so bad for him. I understand you need competition every year. But Trenton Irwin, man, just every time, man, he just keeps making the plays. So yeah, exactly. Dustin here. With all these weapons, I wouldn't mind a package deal. We can add more OL depth. You can't just have a bunch of wide receivers sitting around. I get what you're saying, Dustin, but it's like me and Chap are going back saying Burrow loves throwing to receivers. He loves having all those receivers.
He does.
I get what you're saying, though. We need more L depth, but yeah, I mean, you cannot have enough receivers with Joe Burrow.
I'm just saying, I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying if you ask Joe Burrow,
yes,
he will take the weapons. Although I do think that after 4 years in the NFL, right, he realizes that he needs to. I mean, he doesn't mind getting hit, but I think he realizes that he needs to stand upright and quit getting hit. I mean, he's had 2 season-ending injuries out of 4 seasons, so I do think that he does value the offense. Not that he didn't value it when he first came into the league, but I think that now the value in Joe Burrow's head has went up because of last year's injury. Like the first year, okay, I got hurt. The second year and the third year, AFC Championship, Super Bowl 1, and then the next year, you get hurt again. So I do think that he's got value on the offensive line. I think he wants an offensive line that's going to get paid. I don't know. That could have been behind doors talks too. Like, I know what I said in my contract about keeping the weapons, but man, my wrist hurts. Who knows?
AJ brings up a good point right here. I hope Sunday they have a practice squad league games where each team's practice squad plays like on a Sunday morning before the real games. Yeah, I get what you're saying, like a AAA team in the NFL. I get that. Can I see it happening? Probably not. But no, I've always thought about it myself, AG. But I wouldn't be against it.
Wouldn't it? The practice squad league, they could play on Saturdays.
Yes, play on Sundays. Maybe not Sundays before the games, but a Saturday. Oh, problem is college football.
Wednesday night football.
Let's just make this more simple. Syndicate said, bring back NFL Europe. Yes.
For the practice squad, we send all the practice squads to play in NFL Europe.
Yes.
All right.
Let's do it. Hey, Chop, let's go to Europe for a game, buddy.
Greg, I can't get you to go to Nashville with me for a game. We're going to go to Europe?
I didn't know you said you wanted to go to Nashville.
You want a European? Who's a peon?
I don't know. But yeah, that's not a bad idea. But yeah, like I say, like I say, yeah, OL depth, that's another thing I'm worried about. Along with the corners, I've always said OL depth I'm a little concerned about. I'm not going to lie to you. Do I wish we picked up another guard? Yes.
We got Cody Ford, Greg. Settle down over there. Right?
Chop, I can't keep it. Come on, man. But, I don't know. I'm just saying, but I get what you're saying, Dustin. But, yeah, Dustin here says college football is AAA. Now for the
not only that now, but you used to see all these players coming out in their junior year and declaring for the NFL, but not so much anymore because they're now getting paid in college. So
you got the Canadian League also. You got if you think about the XFL, UFL, whatever FL you see around here, in a way that's all AAA. I mean,
European NFL.
Yeah.
I get it. That's funny.
Oh, look at this.
What?
He's
our backup. I don't even know. Look, man, I'm not into social media that much. I flip through Twitter and look at Bengal content, and that's about it.
Right.
And porn. But I don't exactly know what's going on there. Like, he was dating some girl and did he dog her out on social media or something?
I'm not going to discuss that or anything.
Oh, I guess it must. I don't know.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. No, it's nothing like. It's just part of that. I'm not going to get into that. But
is it what I said? Like,
no. I'll tell you after the show about it. But anyway, Chris here says I'm going to my first Cincy Ho game, Monday Night Football versus Washington bucket list. Well, Chris, we hope you show up in our tailgate in Lot 1, buddy.
Yep. Come down to the Lot Lizards in Lot 1 Lizards tailgate party where the beer is a-flowing. And we're going to have lots of beer because the Project Game Day picked up another beer sponsor. And so that beer is going to be there. Plus our 50 West beer is going to be there. Midwest Best. It might be one of the games they cater. I feel like it is it? The Monday night, I think.
Chop. What would I know?
I know, but I feel like the chances are that Midwest Best Wings are going to be down there, and we're also going to have some tacos from Greg's favorite taco place down there.
Well, your favorite taco place, Chop. I remember when I first met you on social media, I kept doing Cadata tacos, and you're like, God damn, and you told me, did you not tell me those were your favorite tacos?
They were after I got them. They're pretty good. And their chips and their queso, pretty good too. So all that's going to be going on down there. Although I have a feeling if you want one of them tacos, you probably ought to get there early.
Well, and also,
I don't know how many they're bringing.
Our fellow friend Santori, I believe he's going to be cooking hot dogs also, right?
He's going to get a hot dog roller.
Yes, he will.
If you want a gas station hot dog, Lot 1.
Chris, like I say, feel free wherever you go. Any tailgate's a good tailgate, but like I say, if you happen to be in Lot 1, we are Caps tailgate. The Caps are part of Bengal Bomb Squad. We're right across from Bengal Bomb Squad.
I got to tell you, Greg, if I wasn't so goddamn big and my feet didn't hurt so bad, like standing up and walking around, I always wanted to do the thing where you, like, if you ask Who Dey Baby, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
For the best tailgate experience, he'll like map it out. Like, go here at this time, then go here. And he'll tell you all these different tailgates to hit. And I think the end of it, you hit Bengal Trailer and get the gas can to the face before you go into. And if you want to know what that is, that's that Bengal Trailer tailgate. All the tailgates are good. There's not, you know what I mean? It's not like there's a bad tailgate down there. So
no. And if you don't, like I say, everybody's always welcome to our tailgate. But if there's another tailgate you want to go for it. I've been to Longworth. There's so many good tailgates to see. I used to do that
Longworth
myself.
Is so crowded though, man. It is so packed.
It is.
It's hard to even breathe.
It is. And, I've been to Bengal Jim's tailgate. That's an awesome tailgate to go visit. Bomb Squad is, any tailgate, as long as you're with Bengals fans.
Bomb Squad's got 2 tailgates. They got one in Longworth and they got one in Lot 1.
What's that? Oh, yeah, that's right. But you know what I need to get, Shop? Problem is we have one at work, but the problem is the colors are black and yellow. It's a Z sprayer where I spray weeds. It's a walk behind sprayer. Instead of using Roundup or weed kill or anything that's going to poison somebody, we use that. We just dump a bunch of fireballs in there like that Orange Arrow brings. You take a bunch of fireballs and pour it in there, and I go around with the sprayer and just shoot a shot in everybody's mouth. We'll call it the Savage Shotmobile.
Okay. All right. Well,
Let's invest money in one right now. We just can't have it to be yellow and black.
so you're just going to get a super soaker and paint it Bengals colors and shoot everybody in the mouth with Blanton's.
But you have to be 21 or
Oh, you have to show your ID and then open your mouth, and Greg will get a super soaker and blast you in the mouth. He'll squirt in your mouth. Greg would love it if you'd come down to lot 1, show your ID, and then let him squirt in your mouth. Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm sure you wouldn't put it any other way.
And in turn, if you catch Greg in a good mood, you can grab his unit and squirt Greg in the mouth.
Yeah, I'll take a shot every now. The problem is I'm driving.
Greg likes taking a shot in the mouth from time to time.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so take advantage of that.
The problem. It could spray pretty fast. I don't want to hurt somebody's mouth, so we got to have it on low as can be when I give somebody a shot.
Hey, also at the tailgate, don't forget, man, Dr. Newton brings a dozen donuts.
Dr. Newton's always a good dude. We appreciate you, buddy.
He brings donuts. I told him, I said, hey, we got Condado tacos this year, Dr. Newton. You have to bring the donuts. And he says, everybody seems to enjoy them. And I said, I can't argue with that. Go ahead and bring the donuts.
So AG says here, last time I went to a Bengals game, the people sitting in front of us had to leave early as someone set their car on fire. Whoa. Along I've seen 2 fights. Paycor is not child friendly. Yeah, no.
Where the hell did you sit at, AG? You must have been in the very, very top.
I have never had my car set on fire. That's bad.
Or the south end zone, like 158. I heard, and I know that a lot of our friends sit in 158, but when I would when I had Bengals season tickets back in the day, they always told me that south end zone was the rowdiest part of the stadium. And as a matter of fact, they wouldn't serve the bottles or cans of beer. They would only do plastic cups in that end zone because people had been throwing stuff out on the field before. I don't know where he was sitting. I don't experience that. I sit in the 300s. I'm only 9 rows up in the 300s, about the 50-yard line on the Bengals side. And every once in a while you get an asshole, and I'm sorry you had a bad experience like that, but normally I think it's pretty chill at Paycor. Like, yes, other fans getting rowdy, like when their team scores a touchdown or something, they get real shitty, but I'm just like, whatever.
Right now,
you experienced that though.
I can relate to this because, Chop, as I've told you,
you were dealing with an asshole.
I thank the Lord I got to move up with my buddy Cincy James up to near Bourbon, Santori, and them. I dealt with a fan. When I was just happy to get a season ticket, and I got stuck next to this one guy who just kept doing this to me and all that and stuff. He was a Bengals fan, but he just kept yelling and screaming and just ruining my time. And I totally can relate to that. You're always going to find that in any stadium you go, you're going to find some fans that are just out of control. And, I totally get it. That's not right. And, there's times I feel bad that, my brother takes luckily my brother's in club seats, which shouldn't be too bad. But, I totally get what you're saying because that's not fair.
The club seats, there's nobody in them anyway.
Yeah.
They're all standing inside the damn clubhouse.
Well, yeah. Well, I'll tell you one time when I was with my brother at the club seats one time, there were these two adults in front of me, and they were not bad people or anything, but they kept standing the entire game. And I just want to be like, I didn't pay for the ticket. My brother got me a free, but I want to say I didn't pay $300 to watch to look at your ass the entire game, man.
Wait a minute. They were in the club seats standing up?
They were standing up in the club seats.
That's actually rare and you didn't stand up? I stand up almost the whole game.
No, I was sitting. I sit down some of the game and all that if the game's going slow. You stand up the entire game, Chop?
I stand up a lot.
I stand up too, but these guys stood up the entire time.
That is kind of crazy, but I have heard though that like some fields, like, and one of them is Cleveland. I heard that they don't sit down. Ooh,
yeah, exactly.
I'm proud of that one, but that's what I heard, that they don't sit down at some stadiums. That's just what they do.
Right, exactly. So, like I say, never go down. I've heard Philly. No, they have a jail cell. They're the only stadium that actually has a jail there. I've heard Philly games. I tell you what, 2 stadiums. I would never go to a game in Cleveland. I've just heard so many bad stories. I'm not saying all Browns fans are bad, but I've heard so many bad stories in Cleveland.
What the hell? I missed the comment. Here it is. Fully plan on not having a voice on the plane ride home. Thank God, because I don't know when's the last time that people been to a game. Like, if you haven't been to a game in a while, man, shit is wild down there. I'm not talking about the violence. I think it's okay. But the crowd energy is really stepped up a notch. And like earlier, somebody was saying in the I think it was Matt, like the Pittsburgh game is really bad. Not as much anymore. I mean, you used to go to the game and there'd be more Pittsburgh fans than there would be Cincinnati fans. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
not that way anymore. It's our stadium now. We own it every single game. And not only that, but man, we own Nissan Stadium too, from what I understand, because we go down to Tennessee 3 years. This will be the third year in a row that we go down.
It's loud. But I'm telling you, Chop, we at the Super Bowl, when I thought the Rams fans were going to outdo us, it wasn't even close. Bengals fans outdid Rams fans. I'm telling you, man, for years and years, Los Angeles was whining and complaining, oh, we don't have a team. And you get two teams, and you don't give two shits that you have a team in LA. Just that's embarrassing.
Yeah. Tyler says he's also in the lower bowl. I think about switching down to that lower bowl, like moving up. My seats are so good though, man. I got to tell you, if those I'm losing a little bit more weight again, but when you go in there, there's escalators broken. You're a fat guy, and those escalators don't work all the time. Like they're guaranteed 2-3 games. You're gonna have to walk the escalator. And when I go in that stadium and I round that corner and I see that fucking escalator ain't working, I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, dude, it gets rough, man. I'll be honest.
John, he's old as fuck. You know, I'm fat as fuck. He's old as fuck. And here we are having to walk up the escalator. Hopefully there's a fucking AED at the top of it, because one of us might go in a coronary emergency by the time we get there.
Yeah, no, Chop, I get what you're saying. Well, see, I think you're like me also. I like sitting up in the upper because I could see the field better. Like I've sat in 158 before.
Upper decker?
What? Oh,
the old upper decker?
Yeah. But no, I've sat at 158 where a bunch of fans. That's a very popular section to sit at, and it's a great view. But the problem with me is when I'm on the other side, I can't see where the ball's going. I like sitting up in the upper deck where I can see the whole field. Chop, you're like right in the middle of the field where you can see the whole field. I'm just more towards the right, but I can still
see where you are. You're only 2 sections over from me. Right. Like, listen, I can go like this and see you.
Right.
I see you because you had the damn shirt off when Yoshi scored. I was like, turn around. Oh, yeah, there's Greg with his shirt off.
Yeah. Charles here says, Cleveland fans ain't too bad. Been to Progressive Field, First Energy Stadium, and I had a good time. Well, I'm glad to hear that.
To tell you the truth, man, I heard it was a horrible stadium. That's good to hear.
That's good to hear, Charles. I've just not heard too many good yet.
I've only been to Indianapolis for an away game. And I've been to Indianapolis twice for an away game, but one of them wasn't the Bengals. I went and saw the Indianapolis Colts play the New York Jets. I used to like Chad Pennington. But
Chad Pennington, yeah.
Also, and that was at the RCA Dome. But then I went to Lucas Oil Field, which, by the way, is beautiful. That doesn't even look like a football stadium. It looks like a factory downtown. And then you go in, and it's a beautiful football field. But I always said that I never have all places I don't want to go. It's Cleveland, because I heard that the fans were horrible.
Oh, dude,
that's good to hear that they're not so bad.
Our buddy Tony here says, I hate when the escalator breaks down, so I finally found out that we had elevators was on the other side. I'm taking, Chop, that's something to think about. I'm taking the walkway up to the nosebleeds, ever leaning experience.
Man, those elevators, though, you wait forever.
You do.
So the one day that we were at the game, I fell down in the parking lot preseason. I passed out. It was I don't know if it was a preseason game or regular season game, but it was hot, and I passed out in the parking lot. I don't know if you remember that game. And I went in. Well, when I got in there, my knee started to hurt. Like, I didn't notice it initially, probably because all the 50 West beer. Thanks, 50 West. But as it wore off, my knee started to throb. And by the end of the game, I couldn't walk. It was so hard to walk on flat ground. And we get to that escalator, broke. So I told John, I'm like, man, I can't fucking do stairs. I can't do them. I can barely walk on this knee. There's no way I can go downstairs. So we go waiting for the elevator, and it's packed. Probably because the escalator's broke. Probably didn't help. But the elevator's packed. And I can't, man, my knee is throbbing. And we're standing in there. It takes forever. There's like 4 or 6 elevators up there, but it takes forever to get one. Other people rolled in who have assisted devices like wheelchairs or whatever. And they're like, let's let these people go on first because they're in a wheelchair. I'm like, motherfucker, they already have a seat. Anybody in a wheelchair has a seat. My knee hurts, and I'm standing up, and I'm fucking a giant man.
Exactly.
It
No,
took
Chop.
forever to get down that.
Chop. I keep telling.
I don't even keep it as an option anymore.
Chop. I would tell friends, we're almost there. I'm like, okay, I promise this is the last one. And I'm like, I promise this is the last. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But our buddy Chris here says, what do you guys think this game's going to look like Monday Night Football? We've talked about this. Whiteout or striped? For the Ring of Honor game, it's usually whiteout. Chop. What do you think?
I think it's going to be a whiteout. As a matter of fact, I need to order. I need to get off the shitter, man, and order my Corey Dillon white jersey.
Yeah, but I could see them doing a white and black though, man. That'd be
way.
cool.
It's going to be. I think it's going to be white. I thought they already announced the white game was going to be that one.
They never announced
Maybe
any
they
uniforms because people keep asking for the uniforms. They never announced them officially yet.
If our home game with the white uniform is not Monday Night Football against the Commanders at the Ring of Honor game, what do you think it is? And let me ask you this too, as a side note, is that I know the NFL okayed the teams for a third helmet.
Yeah, no, someone else asked that in the chat.
Is that this year?
Yeah, that's this year, but we don't know yet. I mean, that's the other thing.
The Bengals haven't announced the third helmet. And you, Greg, you already know my pick, and it's for the Ring of Honor game, is the old pumpkin.
Yes,
I want
it is.
the old Bengals original pumpkin helmet.
Speaking of announcements, tomorrow we'll get a glimpse what the locker room looks like. That's going to be sweet to see.
Did you see the thing on Twitter, the Ohio State locker room?
Dude, and did you see Atlanta's locker room too?
I was looking at that and I was like, God damn.
Did you see Atlanta's locker room too, what they just got?
I didn't see Atlanta, but man, if the Bengals redid the locker room like Ohio State's, that would
awesome. Be sweet.
Jesus
that would be sweet.
Christ.
Hey, Wade. Hey, we go. Wade, how you doing, buddy?
What is up, Wade?
Wade, I saw you sent me a message on Messenger, a voice message. I hope it's nothing bad, buddy, but I'll look at it after the show and all that.
Cone brawl like Madonna. What's this? Do we need to buy Greg? Yes. That way, when he does the Yoshi, when he celebrates Yoshi, you got them. You know what he's talking about? Those big cones that Madonna would wear on her titties?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a set of those, Greg, so when you dance around up there when Yoshi scores a touchdown.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah.
we're on it. We've been on for an hour. If anybody has a question, you want to fire it in real quick, go ahead, because we're going to end the show here in a minute. But we appreciate everybody that popped in here and helped us get through the show without Dale. We need help.
We thank you guys for helping us out today.
He's ill. Send prayers to Dale.
Yes.
For a speedy recovery from his illness.
Yes.
It could be respiratory. It could be a head sinus. Could be allergies. Could be like maybe something happened to his big toe. I don't know. I just woke up and I popped on here and there was no Dale. Greg told me Dale's not feeling good.
Yeah, it was just me and Chop today. Derek, he got caught up at work, so it was just us two today. So, hey, we didn't have a game plan or anything, but we were glad we had you guys here in the comments section. We can't thank you guys enough. And, hey, another good thing is, Chop, no news was good news today in a way, with nothing bad happening or anything. So that's a good thing.
Hey, now on Wednesday, we do have a special show. What time is that on, Greg?
Wednesday, 4 p.m., Bengals senior defensive assistant Mark Duffner. They got to play us. We'll be on Bengals and Bruce, 4 p.m. We are so excited, looking forward to that. It's going to be awesome. Hopefully,
it's possible though, because Wednesdays are tough for me. Derek's at work, driving home. Dale's sick, so you might have to do it just you and Duff.
Hey,
so and you've not done that before, so a little practice. Go ahead. I'll be Coach Duffner. You be Greg Luther. Ask me a question.
Hey, Duff, how hot is Yoshi?
You got to play us. Ask me another one.
Hey, is Pork Chop annoying?
You got to play us. Any more questions?
Hey, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
You got to play us. There you go. That's good practice, Greg. I have a feeling, actually, probably you'll start yelling, you got to play us. And if there's probably going to be at least 5 minutes of you and Duffner just yelling at each other.
Right.
You got to play us. Greg's going to be like, got to play us. Yeah. Got to play us. Got to play us.
I saw him at training camp last week, and he did, along with Brad Robbins, he did recognize me. He's like, hey, they got to play us. So he did recognize me. So you
got to throw the link out. That way other people can jump on with you and yell, got to play us at Duffner.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Like I say, we'll see who's going to be coming on. You might come on. You might rise up from the dead Wednesday. We don't know. You act like you're going to be dead soon, but Chop, we'll see what happens. But I know we'll see what happens. So.
Hey, also while we're on here, we're part of Project Game Day. It's a charity that provides tickets to military veterans, adults with disabilities to go to Bengals games. We love that charity. We love helping those two groups of people out. But right now, and it's limited time. Is it even a week left that they're selling tickets to go see? So Fans of Cincinnati, they linked up with Fans of Cincinnati, and there's a trip. And I believe it includes tickets, airfare, hotel, and tailgate. Is that correct?
Yes. So think about this. You're putting $20 in for
$3,000 a chance.
For $3,200 worth of everything.
I mean, and you're looking at a chance of like 1 in under 200 probably. Right?
Yeah, give me a sec here, Chop.
Like those chances for $20 to go to Kansas City, tickets to the game, airfare, tailgate, hotel. You could get all that for $20. You have to go to the Project Game Day page. You can probably go to my page, Greg's page, Dale's page, Bengals and Brews page, Rally Around the Natty page. You'll see this retweeted if you dig through our tweets. But you can go to Project Game Day. You can just write Project Game Day in your search, and it'll come up. It's got the 2 seats that look like they're tiger striped in the picture. Yeah, you can go on there and find it. But that contest is about over. We're about to cut it off. So $20 a shot. I got to tell you, I'm fucking super salty that I can't enter. The first thing I said when we got that, I was like, can we enter? Because I was like, shit, I'd love to win that.
Right.
$20? $20, man. Airfare, hotel, tailgate, tickets to the game. And and I'm pretty sure that don't they buy out like blocks of seats, so you'll be sitting around a lot of other Bengal fans. So likely, I can't say that part 100%, but $20 a shot. You can go in there and buy as many chances as you want, but the chances are that when this is all over, you're going to be looking at like a shot 1 in less than 200, probably. I mean, it could go over 200, but even if it does, it ain't going to be much over that.
Yeah, so here's what it includes: flights, hotel, game tickets, all-inclusive tailgate, and airport and game day shuttles. You're good to go. For $3,200, and all for a good cause for only $20. I mean, that is a steal right there.
All you got to do is get a ride to the airport.
Yeah.
That's it. They'll take you. You'll land in Kansas City. You'll get picked up in Kansas City, taken to your hotel, taken to a tailgate, taken to the game, and then back to the airport. $20.
That's it.
Yeah, so make sure you check that out. Also, make sure you stop by Midwest Best and try those Delinator wings.
Like I say,
I highly doubt they're going anywhere. To me, I'm like, I don't know why they didn't have this one in the lineup anyway, because I know Nicole likes buffalo sauce with lemon pepper. That's the CTB wing.
Yeah.
And she was telling me that's how she used to eat wings. And I mentioned to my mom, I was talking about the barbecue sauce and the lemon pepper, and my mom was like, yeah, that's good. And I'm like, what? She knew about it. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm going to be taking, my mom's birthday was just on the 27th. So I'm going to take her. I took her for the G-Funk wings one time after we did our taxes. And so when I asked her, I'm going to pick you up and take you for dinner when I get a day off, where you want to go? Boom. Midwest Best, man. She's going to try the Delinators.
Absolutely, buddy. But Chop, man, yeah, like I say, man, the Delinators are definitely worth trying. And like I say, we're so happy for Corey. We're just pumped up for Corey. And, 50 West Burger, as me and Chop went also. Dude, burger bars, you cannot go wrong with so many of them right there. Their fry sauce is their fry sauce and Midwest barbecue sauce. I tell you what, I'm going to mix those two together. Maybe we do our fantasy football league for Brews. I will try something live to combine those two together, because that'd be combining forces together, man.
They need to I'll tell you how you do it, Greg. You go down there and you get 50 West Burger and you have them make one with Delinator sauce on it. Like a cheeseburger with Delinator sauce.
Hey, in the words of
Ring of Honor.
Chop, in the words of Justin Bieber, never say never.
Yeah. All right. But anyway, folks, we appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. We're going to be back. At least Greg's going to be back with Coach Duffner. You got to play us guy. He's going to be on here Wednesday at 4. And then we got Jonathan Hayes, the ex-tight end coach for the Bengals, who is now the athletic director at Moeller High School. So he's still living here local, and we're going to have him on Friday at the 3:30 show. So This is about the time, Greg, where you hit the one where it says end stream. Greg's
All right,
practicing.
Well, we love you all. See you Wednesday. Who day?
Don't forget, Greg will squirt in your mouth down at the tailgate. All right. Did you hit it? Didn't end, Greg.
It's
You probably got to hit it again.
Oh,
Yeah, you got to hit it again.
dude, I did hit it again. My internet's not working. You're gonna have to hit it.
So Wednesday's show might be extended if Greg doesn't figure it out.
No, it said it's like still trying to end. I think my internet's messed up. So
Oh.
dude, try to end yours.
All right. Well, I'm going to hit